Hello everyone, my name is the Radman, and we are here for another courseplay tutorial. So this one is going to be on working your field, so cultivation, or plowing, either one, and then seeding your fields and fertilizing your fields automatically with courseplay. So this first course, we'll just have him in fieldwork mode. This is a relatively easy course. Just have it calculate the width and stop. And field 16. And yeah, there is no other setup required for this. There we go. And that is because this is just a simple, really simple course. Because all this has to do is cultivate the field, doesn't need to fill up anything. So yeah, so we got this done. So if we have it drive course, it'll fold this up and then go into alignment. And we don't necessarily have to have this seeder start in the same place, but we're going to. But one thing we do need to do first is fold it out so we can calculate the path of the seeder. And then we'll need to be in fertilizing / seeding mode, and we'll calculate that. So we have a 9-meter one. I think I have a 15-meter one that I was using, but it's a modded one, and I'm just showing you guys all ones in game just to show you that they work. And then this is field 16 seed. Now notice that this is empty though, so what we're going to need to do is you can either have it drive back to the start, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the end point, which is down here, and you need to record either a course from the end point, or if you have it return to start, you'll have to record the course from the start point. But basically now what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of like we did with that bale one, and we'll start course recording in just a second. Here we go. And yeah, this is going to act kind of like that bale one, where once it gets done it'll come do this, and we're gonna see if that guy can figure out how to get himself out, because sometimes they're smart enough to back up, sometimes they aren't smart enough to back up. This map isn't really that good for big machines, just because of all the stuff to collide with. Now we're going to pause and erase a few of those because I got a little bit distracted. There we go. And good. And now what we're going to do is we'll just drive over to the seeds, which I believe are right there, because I think that's the fertilizer up there. So all we have to do is make sure that we're not going to crash into any buildings, and then this will automatically stop. That might have been a little too close for it, but we'll find out in a second. And then what you're going to do is drive up to the starting point of your course, and we should have enough of this cultivated to do a little bit of testing. And yeah, then what we'll do is we'll wrap around, and we're going to leave plenty of room because I'm not sure which of those starting points is the one that we need to load at. But basically we'll just do this, have it be curving around, and then have it automatically finish. Then we're going to save this as field 16 seed refill. I always name my refill courses refill just so I know which is which. And I have seed refill and another refill, and then what you do is you combine them with seed first, then seed refill, and I name this one field 16 seeding because it's everything that you need to have in order to get it to seed. So what it should do is it'll get here, unfold, and it didn't even have to unfold because it already saw that we were out of stuff. So we'll leave this going, and we'll start figuring out this because we're going to need to unfold it, and we can just watch that, and it'll just drive down to that end of the field and then start going on that course. And we'll just tab over to it in a second. And yeah, Then we'll do this too. And if you use one of those pull behind sprayers, which might be better for this map, you don't have to worry about hitting buildings. And we'll just auto calculate this. So this time we're going to be starting on the northeast side of the field going west. There we go. And this is just because I would rather have it fold out the things over here. And yeah, so that's good. That's great. So now we'll save this as field 16 fertilize spray. And that is just because I sometimes use both types of wagons, and so I set courses up for both of them. But anyway, now what we'll do is we'll stop this here, and it'll take a while for the cultivator to get here, so this shouldn't be in the way. We'll unload this course because we're going to need to record a new course in a second. We'll go see the seeder, so right in time it's going to stop here, and now it's going to fully fill the seeder because there was a glitch in the last version of the game where it didn't use seed when a hired worker was running your tractor. But now I'm pretty sure that they fixed that, and now it does cost you, if a hired worker seeds it, it just charges you. But with courseplay, even though it is technically a kind of a smarter hired worker, you do need to have actual seeds in it. You can't just have it at 0 and have it automatically buy it as it seeds. And that cost us $7,000, which doesn't really matter. It's just a test world. And now we'll see this is going to drive up to the top and then start going again. And we're definitely not going to run this seeder out on one pass. But if I'd filled it up a little bit, if it does happen to run out in the middle of the field, that's what this refill course is for. And it'll automatically rescan the field when it gets back and determine where it needs to continue. So it won't like seed an entire field twice or anything. That would just be stupid. And I don't know why it does this, but it folds it out, then it folds it back up usually. Yeah, then it folds it back up, and then it'll just start driving. So we'll just come down to the sprayer now, start a course recording, and yeah, now we'll just drive over to the spray tanks, which if I didn't have that tractor in the way, it would be easier to get over there. Yeah, I don't want to try going over there. I was going to say I could try going over there, but that'll cause me problems with the actual course if I do that. Yeah, I'm not getting through there. So I guess we'll go the long way around. Anyway, and then since it's a little tractor, I was going to say we could try snaking through there, but just be a pain in the butt. And yeah, this will do the same thing where if it doesn't have any spray in it, it'll run this course. And so that should be close enough. If not, I'll manually stop it and refill it. But if it's on a straight and you pull up to it on a relatively close straight, it'll be fine. And then we'll see. We'll start turning here, and then we're going to pause and junk that waypoint, and then give that time. And what it should do is it should, after it's been slipping and that turns all the way red, it should automatically kick it into reverse. I'm hoping. Please. There it goes. Okay, so yeah, if you leave it long enough, it should kick it into reverse. And yeah, that's actually a really useful thing, because I don't think they used to do that. I think it used to just sit there spinning its wheels. Anyway, and then what we'll do is we'll come here. Then we shall stop once we're realigned, because if it can detect from this point on that it doesn't need to continue here, sometimes it's smart enough to go to the point, sometimes it has to come in and then go to the point. But anyway, we'll save this as field 16 spray refill. Let's see, fertilize. I did that in the wrong order, but whatever. Anyway, so now if we do that, and then we have fertilize spray refill, and then we have it drive the course, it's going to get here, not even folded out, just like the seeder, and now it's going to go buy some spray, and that should be fine now. So yeah, that's how you do it. And it's the same idea with smaller machines. One thing to note is that seeder that I'm using doesn't actually need cultivation for it. But if you do have a pretty big cultivator, it's usually useful to have the courses set up, because if you're doing potatoes or sugar beets, those do need there is no seeder in the game that automatically cultivates the ground for those. So anyway, guys, I'm going to call that an end to this episode, because obviously this guy's going to work. Well, I guess we'll just watch him get filled. But yeah, so that's how you set up a cultivating course. That one's the easiest. Seeding is usually medium hard, and spraying is just, it's a little bit harder, just because you usually have to plan that course as a high traffic course, just because it's one of the highest throughputs in the game, and it even automatically detected that I had a front tank on it. And that's the only reason I got the sprayer, really, is because of the increased capacity because of the front tank. And yeah, now what it's going to do is just go and start going. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Radman. I hope that this helped you, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye. Hey guys, one thing that I wanted to add really quick. So I was looking, and the only two modes that you guys really need to know about right now is the manure transporter mode and the fill and empty shovel mode. Now the manure transporter mode is basically a mode that is kind of like fertilizing and seeding, except that its job is to take a container that contains manure, and its job is solely to transport it to something else that can accept manure from it, and then use a seeding and fertilizing course to actually take the manure and spread it on the fields. But I just thought I'd tell you guys that. One thing to keep in mind, actually, we're going to jump into my Let's Play world so I can show you guys that, so save this. So right over here we can actually see my liquid manure setup, which was, I had this tank which can accept from this tank and also feed to this manure spreader. So I need to figure out where was one of my tractors that actually pulled this. So we're just gonna move stuff around because, yeah. Anyway, so I don't think that I actually have any manure available. We'll come check up here because I did have courses to take manure from my house and manure from the biogas plant, so we can actually run one of the courses if we have enough manure in one of the places. Oh, this place is full again. Holy cow. Oh, that's because I did a bunch of time-lapsing. I forgot. Yeah, so now what we need... You shouldn't do this. I think it was liquid unload 2. Yes, liquid unload 2 is what we need. I don't know why I didn't just call it manure. I called it liquid. It's manure. That's what it is. Liquid manure. So yeah, we'll just drive back together real quick. And, there's shoveling manure. I think that one was for up at the house because I don't think I ever got a shoveling course set up for the biogas plant, and that's just because I would have had to buy an entirely new overloader to get the bucket up and over those bins, which was really stinky annoying because that little telehandler doesn't hold very much at a time. And I don't think I actually ever got a really efficient solid manure system running. Let me just check actually if there's a manure spreader. Yeah, because I have one of these, except they take forever to fill up with that little puny thing I have. And I think it should be sitting somewhere around here if I don't crash the game turning on my headlights. Giants, I know it's only less than a week before launch, but if you could fix that, I would appreciate it because it's really stinky annoying. Yeah, so now, whoops. Oh, that is actually going the right way. I totally thought it was going the wrong way. So what we do is we set this one to manure transporter mode, and then this waypoint is where it waits, and if it isn't full, then it goes. And I think it got confused because I started it at the end of the course, so stop and start at first waypoint. That'll make it work because it has 2 waiting points, I believe. One of them is, you know what, we'll just follow it. Come on. And it should kick up the speed once it, you know, gets out of here. Here we go. But yeah, there's a waiting point by the silo where all that liquid manure is, and then there's also a waiting point where it unloads, so we'll just do that. I'm gonna see if I have one a little bit closer to home than that one was. Do I seriously have nothing almost at home? I guess this will have to do. What field is this? With all the trees gone, it's kind of hard to tell where I am sometimes. Okay, we're in the right place. And let's open the map. Yeah, we can keep a... Oh, I have no idea which one that would be. It's with one of them. I don't know which one it is. Oh, there's my manure spreader. We'll look at that in a second. But yeah, so then what I do is, what's a field that needs fertilizing? Let's do one of those fields over by where it's getting manure from, just for craps and giggles. I think field 18 needs it. Let's see, so it should be under field 18. Let's see. Combining all fertilize. I think I called it trailer fertilize. No, that was a different one. Okay, it should be field 18 fertilizing. Okay, it is. Good. And am I going the right way? Of course I'm going backwards. Let's just see. Is that there? That is there, so we'll get to it real quick. So see. Oh, I guess there isn't a waypoint. There's only one waypoint, I guess. So see, now that it can actually load it, it's going to load it. Then we'll go back home. And we'll turn around, and we'll have to wait for it to get back to get anything. But, yeah, because this is the refill course, by the way. So, yeah, what this will do is, once the other one gets back, it'll automatically overload into that, and that way I can load into this. And the ratio balances out pretty good. But yeah, this one just needs to be in fertilizing mode. That would help. So yes, once it gets back we should be good. Is it loaded yet? No, it's still not loaded. Micromanaging. Fun. But yeah, all I need is 2 courses for this. One that goes to the cows, the other one comes here. And I think if you were putting as much biomass as I am through that, you'd be able to probably every 2 or 3 rounds use just that to fertilize most of your fields. Except it does take quite a lot of fertilizer. That's why I had to buy a fertilizer wagon, was because I think I did 2 full harvests just using this, and then I ran out. And I was sick of trying to adapt courses to use that big sprayer that I bought. So I just made a bunch of little trailer fertilizing courses. That's why there's like 3 types of fertilizers. But yeah, then this will come home. And that is already fertilized, I guess, actually. So, whoops. But yeah, it's basically the same idea. All you need to remember is on this mode, which is manure transport mode, all it needs to do to be successful in that is it just needs a waypoint by the trailer that you're offloading to. And make sure when you buy the stuff for this, because it's all under the same tab, this is suitable for this, which is suitable for FRC, and Dolly EA, which is... oh, it's suitable for that thing. And then basically you just check, and if this is suitable for... it doesn't actually say it, but basically this one is used to fill this one, and this one can be used to fill this one, or this one, because it acts kind of like as a fake pump. But this one cannot directly offload from this one. It has to go through this one. So just keep that in mind. This is by far the more expensive one. And I guess that's just so that you can take those out into the middle of a field, all fully loaded, and then just, you know, keep them loaded through a courseplay course or something. But yeah, that's basically the way to do it. I would show you at fertilizing field 18, but you basically set it up the exact same way. And the auto calculation tool is actually able to detect the width that it works with, even though you can't actually see it. So yeah, that's good to know. This guy will stop, and he should offload everything he has to fill this up all the way, or almost all the way. And then this guy would normally be waiting here, because he gets empty really stinking fast. And then we'll start him loading. And yeah, they'll keep up at the same loading and unloading speed, so this guy will, you know, he'll have enough to support both of them at once. And yeah, once this guy gets empty, he will run away, and then this guy will eventually run away too, because even though he holds less, he also offloads slower. Because yeah, this guy's 22%, this guy's 57. Yeah, this guy's gonna be done way before him. But anyway, guys, that's how you set that course up. I would just set it up, but it's pretty easy to understand. And yeah, there are entire tutorials dedicated to this if the one waypoint gives you trouble or something. But it's a pretty easy course. And yeah, so next time we'll be doing the bucket shovel manure thing. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Rad Man, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.